A family's happiness was shattered by an affair, resulting in the tragic deaths of a wife and 2 children. Shannon Watts and her daughters, Bella and Celeste, disappeared from their home on August 13, 2018. Their corpses were discovered 2 days later. The investigation pointed to a family member as the murderer. Christopher Lee Watts and Shannon Catherine Masuzek originally belonged to North Carolina. They met in 2010 and married in Mecklenburg County on November 3, 2012. They had 2 daughters, Bella Marie Watts, born on December 17, 2013, and Celeste Catherine Cece Watts, born on July 17, 2015. The Watts family resided at Saratoga Trail in Frederick, Colorado. The family faced financial difficulties and declared bankruptcy in 2015. Chris worked at Anadarko Petroleum, and Shannon ran her business from home, selling a product called Thrive for a marketing company called Level. Shannon went on paid business trips to places like Mexico and the Dominican Republic, leaving Christopher home to take care of their daughters. During that period, Christopher secretly began dating a colleague, Nicole Kessinger. On August 13, 2018, at around 1:48 a.m., Shannon returned from a business trip in Arizona. Christopher and her 2 daughters were at home. Shannon's colleague, Nicole Utoft Atkinson, drove her home. Later that day, Shannon had a gynecology appointment, but she missed it. She also missed a business meeting and wasn't responding to any messages from Nicole. Nicole went to Watt's house around 12:10 p.m. to check, but nobody opened the door. Concerned, Nicole contacted Christopher at work and called the Frederick Police Department. Later, around 1:40 p.m., a Frederick police officer came for a welfare check of the house. During the search, the officer found the family dog safe, but Shannon and the girls were missing. Shannon's purse with keys and the children's medicines were found, and her phone was found between the couch cushions. Her car was in the garage, and her wedding ring was on the bedside table. Shannon and her daughters were reported missing, and an investigation began. The authorities initiated their search for Shannon and her daughters. The FBI and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation also assisted in the investigation. During interrogations, Christopher claimed he didn't know where his family was.
And right now it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
And hadn't seen his wife since 5:15 a.m. the day before leaving for work.
I left around 5:15. She was still here.
He also gave his interviews to Denver stations KMGH-TV and KUSA-TV, appealing for his wife and daughters to return.
If somebody has her and they're not safe, like, I want them back now.
The authorities conducted Christopher's polygraph test, which he failed. On August 15, 2018, he was arrested and confessed to murdering Shannon.
My babies are gone, and I put my hands around my wife's neck and did that same thing.
He admitted that he was having an affair with his colleague, and in the early hours of August 13, 2018, he told his wife he wanted to get separated. Shannon warned Christopher that he wouldn't see the kids again, which led to an intense argument. Annoyed, Christopher choked Shannon. He further revealed that Bella and Celeste woke up as he moved her body and asked him about the situation. He told both of them that their mother wasn't feeling well. He then took Shannon's body and the 2 daughters in his work truck and drove to the oil site owned by his employer, Anadarko Petroleum, and there he killed his daughters. On August 16, 2018, the authorities discovered the corpses of Shannon and the daughters at an oil storage site around 3 miles north of Roggen. Bella and Celeste were found in oil storage tanks, while Shannon was buried nearby in a shallow grave. Bella and Celeste were put into separate tanks through small openings at the top, each about 8 inches wide. The medical examiner revealed that Bella had scratches from being pushed through the openings of the tanks, and light-toned hair was found on one of these openings. During the interrogations, Nicole informed the authorities that she met Christopher at work in June 2018. He mentioned having 2 daughters and being in the process of separating from his wife.
And then he told me that those 2 were in the process of a separation.
Nicole further stated that her relationship with Christopher was beyond friendship. Weeks before her death, Shannon texted her friends, claiming that she was unhappy with her marriage. Shannon was 15 weeks pregnant with a baby boy at the time of her death. Christopher later confessed that he had given a drug to Shannon to terminate her pregnancy. On August 21, 2018, Christopher faced charges for 3 first-degree murder counts and an additional count for each child as death of a child who had not yet attained 12 years of age.
Mr. Watts entered a plea of guilty to all 9 counts Those counts include murder in the first degree after deliberation as to Shannon Watts, murder in the first degree as to Bella Watts, murder in the first degree as to Celeste Watts, unlawful termination of a pregnancy as it relates to Nico Watts.
And the defendant was in a position of trust. He also faced charges of terminating a pregnancy and tampering with the deceased bodies. During his first court appearance, he didn't get bail. But on later hearing, bail was set at $5 million, with 15% of the amount needed for release. On November 6, 2018, Christopher pleaded guilty to the murder charges. On November 19, 2018, he was sentenced to 5 years prison terms without the possibility of release, 3 consecutive and 2 concurrent. He received an additional 48-year sentence for illegally terminating Shannon's pregnancy and a 36-year sentence for tampering with the bodies. By December 3, 2018, Christopher was transferred out of state because of security concerns. 2 days later, he went to Dodge Correctional Institution, a high-security prison in Waupun, Wisconsin. He is currently serving his life sentence there. That is all for this case. We are shocked to see such a twisted and horrifying case. What are your thoughts? Share them in the comment section below. Subscribe to our channel to get more videos of crime and criminal cases. We will see you in the next one.